Hello again, it's Wing Nation presented by Sage Fruit, talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the weekend. We are so glad that you have joined us. Ashley Stremme and Steve Post here. And Ashley, when we look back at last weekend, I'm telling you, we thought on Friday night we were going to have one headliner with Jacob Allen, but we ended up with two headliners with Lance Dewease winning the Tuscarora 50. What a big weekend for a couple of a young guy and an old guy.
It's very true. Obviously, I got to see Jacob's win in person, so that was super cool. Long time coming for him. And just such a humble kid. And then you've got Lance Dewease, who I've watched race my entire life. And so cool to see him pick up his 7th Tuscarora 50. Absolutely incredible.
Such a humble not kid is what it boils down to. Yeah, it really is. Two humility at very young age, very different ages, that's for sure. Jacob was the win heard round the world. When he crossed that full line on social media and everything just erode, because it's been 7 years he's been trying to do this, and everyone's fallen in love with him, and he's come so close a few times. It just was amazing that he finally crossed that finish line first.
Yes, just what he's dealt with. The heartbreak at Stockton is one that he talks about by being his biggest momentum and then just losing it right there at the white flag. But we chatted with him earlier this year, and he talked about how much he's changed himself this year, his mental focus, how he's preparing for races, how he's choosing to go about his life. He told us he's not drinking as much or at all anymore. He's running 12 miles a day. He's just a different person. That fire is lit inside of him, and to finally see it all come to fruition for him was incredible.
I think the lesson is, and we see this transferring over to Lance Dewease, focus on us. The dream team, they don't worry about what Danny Dietrich does on Twitter or what Freddie Raymer or Anthony Macri is doing. They worry about their program. And Jacob Allen's life have put both of those drivers where they're at. And I think there's a huge life lesson there that we can learn from Jacob, and we can learn from Lance Dewease as well. So let's take a look, though, at one of these moments from the weekend, okay? Friday night, the night before the Tuscarora 50. As is always the case, Kyle Larson is leading, but it is not always the case. This one takes a dramatic turn with Lance Dewease, and Anthony Macri found himself in the middle of it. Earl Hoon has the call, and here it is from the Speed Palace on Flow Racing.
And now for the Dryden Death-defying move of the week, where one driver simply amazes us with their on-track moves.
We'll look at the battle for second. Here comes Lance Dewease. He'll drive by Macri. He's going to try to drive by Kyle Larson. Lance Dewease batting for the lead. They haul the mail in at turn number 3. Here comes Young Money up high. Here comes the National Sprint Car Hall of Famer. They caught Lance Dewease. He'll take the lead off for turn number 4. Now Kyle Larson. He'll try to battle back. Sweet meat pie. It doesn't get much better than this.
That death-defying move was brought to you by Dryden Diesel All Death, the official death of the world of outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
Pride. Passion. Performance. We are Team Dryden.
Welcome back. It is Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit. We're in the Hercules Tire Studio in Concord, North Carolina. We are going to the Hercules Tire Hotline because in the opening segment, we talked about two really good stories with Jacob Allen and Lance Dewease. But I am telling you, this young man has a spectacular story over in Ohio. Cap Henry joins us. Hello, Cap. Welcome back to Wing Nation.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're doing well. What a weekend, Cap, okay? You knock off, you claim you clinched the Attica Track Championship and the Attica Fremont Champion Series Championship. You win that, and you've done it this year with so many wins. Just kind of describe how good this season has been for you.
It's definitely been the best season of my career. It's just everything's meshed really well. The crews, everybody on the crew's doing their job. Crew chief's working well. Car owners been giving us great opportunities. We've kind of improved on some things that we struggled with in the past. In the past, we struggled to get our cars timed in well, and we're always starting at the back seat races, having to run forward. So this year we've kind of improved on that. We're not starting so far back and getting to start inside the top 10 all the time, and it's just made things so much easier.
The Attica Fremont Championship Series has just been kind of put together these last few years. What does it mean for somebody like you who has the ability to kind of run this deal, now to be the champion, obviously, and kind of what they're trying to grow there in Ohio?
It means a lot. It's a big bonus to our area just to run for another championship. It's bonus money that comes in, and it just really helps us out.
So, Cap, you had started about 3 years ago. I think it was 2017 with the Lane Racing team, and you just talked a little bit about how the team has gelled. You've been around this sport for quite some time. Is that really what it takes for someone to start to rack up success? Is that longevity with a team and try to build a program like you guys have been able to do?
For me, it's healthy. It's just stability, getting a team you're comfortable with and cars you're comfortable with and working on your equipment and getting it better and better. A lot of guys jump into cars and they're really successful right off the bat. For me, it's just taking time to get comfortable with the team and build a program around what I like. And for me, that's what it's taken to find that success.
You have 11 wins this year, and I thought one of your tweets was pretty cute. It said, "I wish that they were able to mic the entire victory lane because what you guys have going on amongst yourselves must be pretty fun." What is that like? I mean, obviously there's a lot of camaraderie that's been built over the last 3 years, but what really goes on in those victory celebrations that you wish people could hear?
Just all the excitement from, the individual crew guys down to the little kids that are there, and, just the joking and the banter and the fun. That all means a lot. And, it's, like I said, it's missed out on, but it would definitely be a lot of fun. I think a lot of fans would like to see that side of it too, just the personal aspect of it. And that, it's not always a professional race team. A lot of times it's friends.
There we go. That is cool. I actually like the idea of that. I really do. We're chatting with Cap Henry. He's the Attica track champion and the Attica Fremont Championship Series champion here as we roll along in 2020. Cap, we had you on our Wing Nation program on a Tuesday a couple of months ago. And I shared this, and I want to kind of recreate that conversation. Your race car is spectacular, okay? It's gold and black, so when you're watching it on Dirt Vision or watching it somewhere, it doesn't really pop. And then when you look at it with the dragon design, the gold and the black, that is one awesome-looking race car.
Yeah, Nick Stevens there from Nemesis Design did an awesome job with it and used all the aspects of the Dragon's Milk can to really come up with an awesome race car. And Nick does a great job on all of T-shirts and all that. So we're just super grateful for how well that car's come out, especially for to take a beer can and make it look that good on a race car. He did an incredible job.
And you have a nickname for it based on the beer can, right?
Yes. So the nickname actually came from New Holland Spirits, the company that owns Dragon's Milk themselves. That's what they call it. The Dragon Wagon is what they call all their delivery vehicles. So we just used it on the race car too.
That is one fast Dragon Wagon, that's for sure. Now, Cap, to continue on with this, the New Holland Brewing Company, while this Dragon is the new theme, the new product, the new beer, it's kind of been really neat for you guys because this is a relationship that goes back a couple of years. It's got to be fun to develop a partnership that benefits the team, but obviously you're benefiting them as well.
Yeah, it's been good for both sides. Obviously it helps us, just with the monetary value backing. But it's been good. So it pushes sprint car racing to some people that normally wouldn't have any idea what a sprint car is. And in the same side, it's brought New Holland's two different products that we've had on our car, Beer Barrel Bourbon and Dragon's Milk White. It's brought it to people that normally probably wouldn't have tried it, normally wouldn't have seen it. So it's been good that for both sides, we've been able to kind of bridge that gap a little bit. And, a lot of people now come up to us and drink the beer that normally wouldn't have. So it's been good.
Bourbon and beer. Oh, I love it. I love
winner.
it. Winner, that's for sure. Hey, we need to step away. Hang in there with us, Cap. Everyone else, stick around. More with Cap Henry in just a moment.
Hey, Ashley, what are you up to?
Oh, I just stopped by to grab some sage fruit apples. Now I just have to decide which ones.
You can never go wrong with a Honey Crisp. They're light, crisp, and full of perfectly balanced flavor.
Oh, hey.
You could always go with one of their classics, the Gala or Fuji. They're both sweet and juicy.
Grown in the heart of eastern Washington, Sage Fruit Company works hard on the farm and with their retail partners to provide high-quality apples and pears to consumers all year long.
Well, I couldn't decide which ones. Thanks for the help, guys.
I'll race you to checkout.
Welcome back. It is Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit here, chatting sprint car racing. We're on the Hercules Tire Hotline where Cap Henry joins us. And Cap, we spent the first part of the show talking about racing on the racetrack. Maybe we'll get back and talk a little bit more about that. But it's my understanding that you are the proud owner of 4 dogs. Is 3 not enough? 4 dogs, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I've got 2 pit bulls. I have a pit bull boxer mix, and then I have a King Corso. And, it was just to start off with the 2 pit bulls, got them as puppies. They're a joint pair. And then while a friend of mine worked at a vet clinic, I fell in love with this pit boxer mix, and I just couldn't not have him. And then the King Corso just kind of fell into my lap. Nobody wanted him. He was just this super big, adorable dog, and I ended up with him. And, a lot of times it's a bit like a zoo, but, I love every one of them.
Okay, what are their names?
The pit bulls are Max and Bella. They are brother and sister. The pit boxer mix is named Reed after the motocross rider Chad Reed. Yeah. And then the King Corso is named Kong. That was his name when I got him. And he's a little bit derpy, and I was not able to change it.
Oh my gosh! So how do you corral them, or do you end up chasing them around the? How does that work with 4 dogs like that, keeping them all corralled, or do you end up chasing them around the neighborhood?
I'm actually very lucky that when I bought my house, it had a big fenced-in yard.
Oh, nice.
And so I can just kind of let them out, let them roam. Every now and then they get out, and it's a little bit of a fiasco. But my dog Reed is a little bit senior citizen of the group, so he kind of manages to keep everybody intact, and it's a lot of fun.
Love it. Got to keep somebody in check all the time. Now, do they travel to the racetrack with you, especially if you do any traveling, or are they kind of homebodies, if you will?
They are pretty much homebodies. I am very fortunate that I have some family and friends that whenever we do travel a little bit, that they will come take care of them. Because it's way too much for me to try and take all that to the racetrack.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. We have two little ones, and they're about all I can handle. I can't imagine 4 big ones, that is for sure. But that is fantastic. Some great stuff. Cap, one of the other things I found out that you're really into is, I guess you do a little bit of mountain biking. Are you one of these crazy people that does 73 miles in a 2-hour period? Do you do it just for enjoyment, for fitness? How do you mountain bike?
For me, it is strictly for enjoyment. I don't do anything too crazy like that. I'm not trying to hurt myself on a mountain bike in the middle of race season, so I'll just take what it is.
Keeping it safe. I like it. Cap, everyone that we've reached out to about you has said that you're involved and you love to give back to the community of racing in some way, shape, or form. And I know that you help 2 kids, Gage and Blaine, work on their go-karts and help them at the racetrack. What's it mean to be able to kind of be an influence to kids out there who are trying to chase their racing dreams?
It's a lot of fun to be able to help out the little kids. And, Blaine and Gage, I was very fortunate that their dad kind of helped me out through a rough period of my life. So it's been good that I was able to help them back and, just repay a family and friends. But yeah, I enjoy the little kids when they come down after the races. I enjoy helping them out, and I enjoy doing pictures and all that. And I remember what it was like to be a little kid racing and looking up to these people. So it means a lot to me to be able to sign autographs and be that role model to the kids.
Off season, obviously, your life's filled with racing. What does the off season look like for you? Anything that keeps you involved in racing?
Yeah, I do all kinds of stuff. I race radio control cars and slot cars, and and then I do some indoor racing. So I stay very active racing all year round.
Racing it is, that is for sure. Finally, I want to go back to 2013. Wing Nation first met Cap Henry at the Knoxville Nationals when you took a family-owned car with a Mopar engine and not only put it in the show, but finished 10th place. Looking back at that, does that seem like forever ago? And just kind of describe what an accomplishment you had a few years back there at Knoxville.
Yeah, that was really special. It's something that I've always valued in my career, and just that was that went from a real bad time in my career to a real good time, and so it's something that it was definitely super special. I've always wanted to go back to Knoxville, and I've always wanted to try and make the Nationals again to prove it wasn't a one-time thing. But just fortunate the career I've gotten to have since then also.
It has been fun. It's been amazing. We love telling the story back then, and we love telling the story of you, particularly this season, as it has been dynamite. That is for sure. Cap, we wish you the best as you roll along through the remaining races this season. Congratulations on the success, and thanks for joining us here on Wing Nation.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
There we go. Cap Henry joining us from up in the state of Ohio. That is a race car driver right there, man.
Sure is. And what people have to say about him and his good heart.
Yeah, cool. By the way, we talked to his girlfriend and his team owner, and they gave us all that gossip and that good, not gossip, all the good stuff about the dogs and the kids and everything. It's really fun stuff. Hey, we need to step away. Our Tweet Your Seat tweets of the week are coming up next.
Power isn't born. It's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers, whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Welcome back. You're watching Wing Nation presented by Sage Fruit, and it is your time of the week. It's time for the Tweet Your Seats, and we're kicking it off with none other than the Speed Palace for the Tuscarora 50. 3 nights. The tweets come from Hawk Dizzle, Penny, K-Rob, Ray, Bob, David, Eddie, Bud Cities, Derek, Kelly, Jay, Scott, Jason, and Chet. Y'all, thank you for representing Pennsylvania well. It was the 53rd annual Tuscarora 50 at Port Royal Speedway, Ollie's Bargain Outlet All-Stars Circuit of Champions. On Thursday night, your winner was Corey Elias in his 5th career All-Star win, 2nd Port win, and he was followed by Kerry Madsen and Tony Stewart. Friday was the night before the Tuscarora 50. Your winner was Lance DeWeese. We saw that earlier. It was the 40th All-Star win, his 114th Port Royal win, and he was followed by Anthony Macri and Kyle Larson. And then, of course, Saturday, the big night, the Tusky 50. It was Lance DeWeese, his 7th Tuscarora 50 win. 1994, 2001, 2002, 2006, 2016, 2017, and 2020. 4 different decades represented there, and he was followed by the rest of the Pennsylvania gang, Anthony Macri and Dylan Cisney, but I do have to give a shout out to Sunshine, Tyler Courtney.
Wow.
He had an incredible weekend as well.
He is an amazing talent, and for with little wing sprint car racing as he does, he is and that whole team. I mean, that's their wingless sprint or their wingless midget team, and here they are. They're running with the best in the business at Port Royal. So great stuff. So many stories out of Port Royal.
Really
we can talk about it all day long. But they were also racing at Dodge City Raceway Park. This tweet is from someone named Ashley.
I know her.
Okay, yes, exactly. The Boot Hill Showdown for the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars. We talked about this Friday night. Jacob Allen with a career first win over Logan Short and Donnie Schatz. Saturday, Sheldon Hodenshield, 5th win of the season. Hodenshield over Parker Price Miller and David Gravel. It's all part of the consistency that we've talked about with Sheldon this year, with Ricky and Sheldon, and even with Zan, Ripper and everything. They are just becoming a night in, night out team in the top 5, and they're going to get wins like that on a regular basis.
This tweet comes from Chad. It is Attica Raceway Park. It's the season finale. That sounds terrible to say. It's the Attica Fremont Sprint Series. Your winner was Craig Mintz. First win of the season for him, followed by Cale Conley and Travis Vilo.
Yeah, Craig Mintz shared a little bit about this. He actually sat out of racing a couple weeks ago. He was having a real bad point in the racing and just wondered what he should do. and just kind of they wrecked the car or something like that and said, well, I'm just going to take some time off, put it back together, and go to the win. Sometimes a fresh perspective is what is needed, that's for sure. Attica Speedway, I believe that's how you pronounce it, up in Wisconsin. Tweet from Ryan, it was the IRA bumper-to-bumper sprints. Hunter Schoenberg with the win over Jake Blackhurst and Bill Baylog, and my friend Chatty Maddie, her first announcing gig up there. So proud of her. She's starting her senior year in high school and already had an announcing gig with the IRA
That is
bumper-to-bumper
awesome.
sprints. Cool
Love
stuff.
it. 81 Speedway, this tweet comes from Rod. It is the URSS 305 Sprint Car Series, and your winner was Zach Blurton.
All right, Georgetown Speedway URC Sprint Cars. Love these guys. Andy Best picked up the win. Andy Best was the winner. Adam Cranberry was second, and J.J. Grosso was third. What a point battle they have going on up there. There's only 1 point between a couple of them. They've only got races. The races are not until November. It's 2020. Why would, it's COVID. But they've got it down now so that it's a fantastic point battle for URC.
It's the 46th annual Gary Wolford Sportsman 100 at Baps Motor Speedway. The tweet comes from Tyler. Your winner was Frankie Herr, his 9th win in the Sportsman 100. And his first was at Silver Springs, which is now a Lost Speedway.
I know, and Silver Springs is one of those tracks you hear everybody talk about. The Sportsman was the big thing there, and they continue on, and so really cool to see that Frankie Herr continues on in his winning ways. Jennerstown Speedway, a little pavement racing, if you will. How about this, the must-see sprints? Brian Gerster got the win in the must-see sprints. Finally, Ashley, I love this.
This is awesome.
This is the best ever. Okay. Nate Dussel picked up the win at Fremont. Look at this. There's the Stone Cold Steve Austin wing dance. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic. Oh, way to celebrate, Nate Dussel. That is awesome. For sure, and keep those tweets coming in. Now we're getting to that time of the year where there's fewer and fewer races, so now is the time you need to really step up your tweet your seat game so we can talk about your favorite race car drivers. Hey, have you ever heard of the FPS 410 sprint car engine? Well, if you haven't, you will.
It's the result of a collaboration between Ford Performance, Tony Stewart Racing, and the Durham Racing engines. Tony used it in his team sprint car for the first time in mid-August last year.
A few weeks later, they scored their first 410 equipped victory with the World of Outlaws with Donnie Schatz behind the wheel. So what is the FPS 410's future? The goal is an engine that can challenge for victories in series across the country as part of a Ford Performance customer program.
Now that sounds like a winner, Steve.
Stay with us, more Wing Nation in just a moment.
Hey, Ashley, what are you up to?
Oh, I just stopped by to grab some sage fruit apples. Now I just have to decide which ones.
You can never go wrong with a Honeycrisp. They're light, crisp, and full of perfectly balanced flavor.
Oh, hey.
You could always go with one of their classics, the Gala or Fuji. They're both sweet and juicy. Grown in the heart of Eastern Washington, Sage Fruit Company works hard on the farm and with their retail partners to provide high-quality apples and pears to consumers all year long.
Well, I couldn't decide which ones. Thanks for the help, guys.
I'll race you to checkout.
There are people who say things aren't made here anymore. Those people should make a trip to Michigan, or Kentucky, or Illinois, where you'll find our workers, and dealers, and engineers, and technicians building for America. We're proud to employ more hourly workers than any other automaker in this country, because we build for this country.
It is Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit. We're in the Hercules Tire Studio. We appreciate Cap Henry joining us early on the program. Great to talk to young Mr. Henry from up in the state of Ohio. And the state of Ohio is going to be busy next week with the Governor's Reign, the Ollie's Bargain Outlet All-Star Circuit of Champions at Eldora. Okay, and this one here is one of those lockdown races, so no fans. Going to be on Flow Racing. Tuesday night, $10,000 to win. Wednesday, $50,000 to win. Actually, they even had to limit it to 48 entries.
Yes.
Invitation only,
Invitation
although there was a
only.
fan vote that recently got a couple in as well.
I do enjoy having the fans being able to choose who gets to go and who doesn't get to go. I think it just kind of gives a little bit of love for the fans and what they do each and every week.
So does Sunshine. So does Brady Bacon. and so does Travis Philo, because they were the 3 fan votes that made it in. So they love the fan vote too. So that is great stuff. Going to be fun stuff. Midweek racing, we continue on with it, that's for sure. And then, well, it's September, back to Pennsylvania, $20,000 Dirt Classic. That's this weekend. And then after next weekend, it's the Jim Nace Memorial at Selinsgrove, all building up to the October 2nd and 3rd National Open at Williams Grove, $65,000.
65? I thought it was 75.
Oh, 75. That's right. They changed it. They moved it up to 75. Yeah. Boom. Just like that. Another 10 grand on the bottom line because Ashley said so. Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us here on Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit.